Hello, YouTube. Welcome back. It's Bear here. We're going through another new video, I guess, series. So I noticed on the My Nintendo Rewards site, which you can access, and I'll link this in the video below. They have a starter guide from Prima Games that you can get with 75 platinum points, which is like, I guess, the points you earn in the when you play stuff, or like you get stuff. Luckily, I had enough points and I got it. So we're gonna go through that today. That's what we're doing today. I'm gonna go through this. I had never read this before. This is the first time I've ever seen this. And I was told that this is only digital now. And it's 31 pages. Hey Danny. So we're doing a video right now, Danny, for this primer guide. If you're asking when the room is open, you gotta subscribe. Alright, so let's full screen this, and then let's look at this guide itself. I'm gonna lower the music on just a little bit. I'm not gonna read every single word. We're just gonna kind of go through each one. So it's the starter guide from Prima Games. They say that following the fine tradition of games that came before, Mario Kart Deluxe has a robust selection of single-player and multiplayer game modes for kart racing fans to test their skills on the track with their favorite Nintendo characters. Okay, cool. That's how to drive. All right, game modes. They have this here, this nice picture. They show you Grand Prix versus race, time trial, multiplayer battle mode. Pretty basic here. You know, normal classifications. At the time this release, there's only 12 cups. I like how they're calling it the whopping 12 cups. At the time it was the whopping 12 cups. Now this is before DLC, obviously. I think this was released 2017. Then they talk about the Speed Demon certified 200cc class. What a nice way to say that. The Speed Demon certified 200cc. They tell you about time trials. That's nice. Collecting coins early to reach maximum speed, and they tell you about the coins here and everything else, and then they also tell you about multiplayer, which is battle mode. Is pretty. This is the redone battle mode, so it's fine. Versus race, yeah, that's fine here. Multiplayer, they say, Mario Kart offers Nintendo Switch unprecedented multiplayer flexibility. In a first series, the console can instantly become a split screen tabletop for 2 people. Okay, we know about that. Did they talk about LAN mode? With more groups of friends, multiplayer copies upper. Yeah, see, they talk about LAN mode here. That's cool. They call it the local multiplayer. So they actually call LAN mode here. They have online and LAN. That's interesting. Cool. Then there's a driver's manual here. This is pretty basic. This is in the game as well. They tell you about, you can use Joy-Cons, you can use the Pro Controller. They talk about driving techniques. All right, let's look at the driving techniques they know. They know on tilt controls. Okay, let's listen. No on tilt controls. Tilt controls replicate the experience of using a steering wheel to tackle the craziest of Mario Kart Deluxe. Joy-Con users can attach the Joy-Con wheel, sold in sets of 2, to the small controller to enhance the feel of steering. It can take some getting used to, but with enough practice, you'll be able to keep up with the competition. Okay, that's fine. So driving techniques they do. They talk about rocket start, which they say accelerate immediately after the 2 appears on the screen. I mean, that's immediately after the 2 appears is kind of tough, because like some people might do this earlier. I think they should have said immediately after 2 starts disappearing. This wording is a little confusing for some people, but I mean, that's nice that they tell you that. And they say braking is underappreciated exclamation point, and seems like you're about to go out of control, hit a wall, obstacle. By tapping the brakes, you can regain some maneuverability to get away from danger at a cost of speed. Honestly, this is a great thing. I actually brake a lot sometimes when I'm drifting, so this is actually a good tip for people, and is underappreciated. So I agree with this. So that's good. And then they say drift braking and 200cc is very, very viable. Yeah, that makes sense. Jump. The drift button doubles as a jump button. Jumping won't take you over the items on the road, but it can lift you over small gaps in the road and cut corners, overlook bottomless pit as a way. Okay, it's nice. So they talk kind of about the NISC, which is no item shortcut here, which is kind of cool. Did Locomotive have the LAN cheat code? It didn't say it specifically, but in the manual itself, because I think this is just a Prima guide. But there's but to get land, you have to go to the you have to on your Joy-Con or Pro Controller press LR and then D-pad down. So talk about drifting, mini turbo, super turbo, active burst, and suddenly restored vehicle. Okay, and then you talk about sparks and mini turbo. They talk about the different coloring here. That's fine. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. There's anything that like is actually good. Yeah, they tell you about they do tell you about having the smart steering off. We won't be able to get purple sparks, which makes sense. Okay, that's pretty basic there. All right, so here they have jump boost, rafting, ramming, spin boost, spin turn, U-turn. They basically talk about all these in the game manual. So it's interesting how they really put a lot of description in drafting here. The jump boost is a short booster with determined blah 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 blah. Okay, that's fine. The drafting. Why is this so long? This drafting is such a long explanation. Again, okay, we know about drafting by being behind them. So they say drafting is obviously opportunistic good. Used when opportunity presents itself to slide behind opponent, benefit from their wake, ultimately passing them. But it's also cannily good toward the end of the races when you're neck and neck with another front runner. I like how they call it front runner. That's cool. If you intentionally let them have first place, you hang in right behind them. Not only will you be well positioned to passing at the end, you'll also be shielded if laggers try to catch up, fire or a homing blue spiny. They call it blue spiny shell, not blue shell. It's the formal name for a blue shell is spiny shell. So blue spiny shell. They do signify it as blue. I'm sure this is probably they were told, hey, you can't just say blue shell, say blue spiny shell. So basically, they're telling you use drafting to avoid a blue shell. That's fine. It's all good. Yeah, they talk about the risk when they're ramming. Ramming. There's no special button to press when you want to ram an opponent. Just steer into them. Heavyweight racers can typically run any other racer off the track with a few good bumps. That's funny to say ram. They actually tell you about doing ram people. But with enough speed, even the lightest character is going to go push the heavier rivals. That's hilarious. That's funny they actually tell you to ram people. Okay, spin boost. While driving on anti-gravity portions of the track, ramming racers will use spin boost. The increased speed does come at a cost. Steering can be challenging when caught in a spin boost. You also trigger spin boost by driving in a spin boost pillar. Don't be afraid to apply the brakes briefly but firmly during a spin boost if you're drifting, sliding wide of the track. Oh, okay, interesting. And then spin turn, U-turn, pretty similar. Then they talk about terrains here, which is kind of cool. So they talk about road, anti-gravity, roads, off-road, water, and air. So, I mean, those are the four things. I wonder if they talk about different stats. They say that for road, the main roads of any course are where you traditionally get the best performance out of the chosen kart, bike, or ATV. Road surfaces allow for drifting and mini turbos and often where action is. It should be noted that not all roads are equal. Courses such as Sherbetland take place in icy, snowing environments, and your overall handling will reflect this. That's true. Anti-gravity roads. Mario Kart Deluxe includes anti-gravity roads and anti-gravity panels. When a course begins to twist into strange angles and shapes, typically anti-gravity panel will be there to trigger your vehicle's special drive system that will let you stick to any surface, even if it's upside down. Anti-gravity roads can change your handling quite a bit. Your turns will seem floaty and less sharp, and your momentum carries over through your drifts, which can make your turn exits wider. That's a good note to know that. Like for example, on Big Blue, there's a reason why you can carry momentum so well in a lot of those cuts. Which is why I was hoping there'd be more DLC courses with anti-gravity, because you can do a lot of cool cuts. Like, for example, I feel like Waluigi Pinball would be a much better course if the whole course was anti-gravity, because then you can cut through a lot of stuff. It would have been a lot more fun. Off-road, you talk about off-road here, pretty basic. Don't go off-road unless you have a superstar mushroom. And they say if you realize you're going to go off-road, but very briefly, of the patch encroaching in the middle of the curve, you can eliminate most of the damage on your momentum by timing a jump to avoid as much of the off-road patch as possible. Yeah, so they basically just tell you to hop, 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 or do Nisk. This is like a Nisk is no item shortcut. All right, so they talk about water here and air. I'm curious what to say with that. Water. Some courses will send you into the water as part of the race, and these sections will have to adjust for more sluggish handling. Your turns will not be as sharp as usual. Some courses featuring water will also have multiple instances where you jump out of the water and dive back in, costing you some speed at both cases. Interesting, taller karts will often go on two wheels more easily during drifts underwater, which can help with cutting corners as tightly as possible. That's cool. That's cool to note. Hey, Klezzy. Hey, Mister. All right, now air. They know air. Flying through the air is accomplished with the glider parts that make up your vehicle. Before a flight, you're typically launched from dash panels and glide ramps. Before performing a jump boost off a glider launch is possible, see glider ramps below. Depending on the course, you will either be sent flying on the rails to the next section, or you have completed control of your flight in order to determine how and where you land. Some of the shortcuts require you to make maximum use of our flight that bypass rough terrain. While jumping, catching air is great for aerodynamics since you're not losing some of your forward energy through friction between your tires and the ground. When you're in total control of the glide path over the track, the choice staying airborne as long as possible, keeping the nose pointed up, or landing early, pointing nose down, descending, comes down to whether there are item boxes or coins below you want to collect. Okay, so they kind of tell you to not stay in the air forever, or hop down. They don't really know about like the glider strat thing. They just tell you just normal trick stuff. Oh, that's interesting. All right, course elements. They call these dash panels. Okay, these are just formerly called dash panels. I actually thought they were just boost panels. I didn't even know they're called dash panels. All right, that's cool to know. They're called dash panels. That's nice to know. All right, that's the official term for them. They're called dash panels. They help you send you flying across the course at high speed. Occasionally, you'll find dash panels on ramps to help extend how far you go from the ramp. In some cases, the dash panel or moving platforms might require you to do some fancy driving in order to hit them. Ironically, sometimes taking a route indicated by dash panel is not the fastest route through the track. That's actually hilarious. That they also tell you that dash panels aren't the fastest route. They're just there in case you want to go that route, which is true. Like if they're showing Toad Harbor there, and that's not the fastest route. The anti-gravity dash panel, definitely not. Well, that's cool. And they tell you about ramps. Ramps are either very obvious constructs placed on the section of the course, seemingly innocuous parts of the environment, like the crests of hills formed by the track being rocked by shockwave pipes lying lengthwise across the ground. You can jump boost off the ramp at extra speed. Cool. Okay, then they call it glide ramps. Glide ramp will always be found before any mandatory gliding sections, of course. But some shortcuts in the game will only be possible due to glider ramps placed off the beaten path. Gliding can help you bypass complex parts of the course and avoid obstacles. All right, it's pretty normal. And then they talk about anti-gravity panels, which is pretty normal. They just talk about that. We talked about it earlier. Spin boost pillars. So they say found on anti-gravity roads, these pillars provide you the same spin boost you get when making contact with another racer on the section's track. However, you lose some control over your vehicle while enjoying the boost provided with spin boost pillar. Spin boost pillars don't share the same appearance across all the tracks. They show up, but they all do the same thing. Okay. Oh, look, and they tell you about coins here. They tell you about coins. The more coins you have, the maximum talk speed. They don't tell you the percentage, but they tell you get coins, you go faster. like they tell you here. They tell you in the game too. They tell you in the game manual, but they also just tell you here. Like you want to get the coins. They also note that you not only want coins for yourself, you want to deny them for your rivals, which is smart. It's just smart. That's a smart thing to tell people. If you're in first place in your lap and you're front running, getting coins does deny the person behind you for catching up, essentially. Concentrating on a good racing line is more important. They talk about lines here. This ride's not that bad. It's pretty good. They talk about how time trials are in there. Okay, item boxes. Item boxes appear in a game modes outside the time trials. Item boxes contain your primary offensive and defensive against other racers on the track. As with coins, you not only want your item boxes to yourself, you want to deny your enemies any chance of items. Also, in common with coins, item boxes are generated after a short period of time. New to Mario Kart Deluxe, double item boxes will refill both item slots at once for double the firepower. Okay. Now they talk about items here, equipable items, banana, triple bananas. And they talk about you can hold L to drag an item, forward, back, easy. So bananas, I want to read the description of what they say here, because they talk about each one. So I'm going to read the red. We'll avoid this, but I'm curious to know the red here. So they say with a banana, one of the most common defense items available. Bananas cause racers to spin out if they make contact with them. You can drop one behind you, toss it far in front. However, one of the best uses of banana is to hold onto it, dragging it behind your racer to absorb incoming attack. It will only absorb one strike and can't stop things like spiny shell or boomerang, but it can be in clutch defensive to break out to keep the lead. Okay. Pretty standard stuff. Triple bananas. I hate triple bananas. Triple bananas are worse than a single banana. I wonder what they say here. Once you tap the item button, the triple bananas surround your racer with a rotating barrier of free bananas. You can throw these bananas forward or leave them behind you. Your defense from attacks via shells is less sound, especially when you have only 1 or 2 bananas orbiting your racer, but the triple bananas makes it great enhances to any ramming attacks you try out. So they note that triple bananas are they say less sound because they know that triple bananas are complete booty cheeks, man. Like, yeah, okay, yesterday, like it was not yesterday, it was 2 days ago in tournament. There was a race. I threw a red shell in front of me. My opponent had triple bananas, and I knew that they were on a mound in Moo Meadows, and then the red shell will go underneath them and hit them. And it went through their triple bananas. 1 red shell. Through their triple. They had all 3, and they got hit. I got first that race, too, for that. It was sick. But still, like, that's so unfortunate, man. Like, yeah, these triple bananas are so bad, bro. Okay. Okay, green shell. Green shell fires straight forward when you hit the item button, or backward if you hold down the analog stick or control pad. As a banana, you can hold the green shell behind you to defend against attacks and cripple races of the passive. Okay, yeah, pretty simple. And then they talk about what makes the green shell so awesome and frustrating. I like how they put "and frustrating." Is that when you fire it, if you miss your intended victim, it can bounce off walls for quite some time before eventually it breaks. A bouncing green shell will always seem to bounce at you at all wrong moments, but you'll also feel smooth as heck when you score a perfect bank shot off the wall. Off the wall to hit their first place driver before the finish and take the lead. So they kind of hint at smart bouncing here. They hint at it. They hint at smart bouncing. That's hilarious. They don't tell you it, but they say the green shell at bouncing users will always seem to bounce at you at the wrong moments. This is literally telling you that it has that homing effect. So that's why I don't throw green shells forward when there's walls if I know I'm not gonna hit that person, because it will probably bounce at you. So it's funny that they hint at that and they don't tell you there. Okay, so triple greens, similar to triple bananas, triple greens shells will orbit you, blah blah blah. You can use bang shot. Okay, cool, man. Same thing. Red shells can be fired forward and backwards, just like green shell. They can be used for defense in the same manner. A big difference is that red shells do not bounce off walls; they shatter immediately. The other big difference is that they will home in and nearest target another racer fired. Red shells will pursue a racer almost anywhere, so always keep in mind that potential threat and save some items to defend yourself. Yeah, and then triples, pretty much the same thing. Fire them steadily, one at a time. Make sure you're clearing defensive items. Yeah, so they give you the hint here, which is the biggest mistake I see people do, which is mash their reds, which they say they literally tell you to space them out so you can take out someone. That's pretty. These two are pretty good hints. Like, these two are actually viable, good advice about the smart bouncing for the greens and then spacing out your reds. They're pretty good. The baby just Wii red. Yeah, that is from the Wii. Oh god, you're right. Because these triple bananas are not. They're not. This is not Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is Wii triple bananas. That's hilarious that they did that. Okay, Babam. Babam, just like any other equivalent items, you can hold on to a highly explosive Babam and toss it forward like you could have a banana. Compared to the banana, the Babam has a slightly larger effect radius. On contact with a racer, or after its short fuse is burned out, the Babam goes off with a colossal explosion. Racers hit directly by the Babam will be sent flying upwards, while those who touch the blast before it fades will spin out. One cruel trick is to drag the bomb behind you and drift in front of the racer and mini turbo away just as you pass them, the bomb in their face. Bro, what? They really are telling you to do that? That is very cruel. I've done this before, but like, that's also very risky. Do a mini turbo bomb drop? Oh, that's cruel as hell. Okay, now let's go to Crazy 8. Crazy 8 provides 8 items in orbiting you. A green shell, red shell, banana, mushroom, babam, blooper, superstar, and a coin. Those are the 8. You can ruin the days of many races before you're through the Crazy 8. The item is used when the item you use when you tap the item will be the one that is in front of your racer. So you pay attention to order the item you want. Yeah, you can. Most of the time, if you have a Crazy 8, lightning is probably gonna happen. But if you space them out, which is nice. Did they tell you it can't get booed? Let's see here. Be careful when you have the crazy equipped. Getting hit will cause you to drop all of your items onto the track for others to collect. Getting hit. I think they mean getting hit by lightning, because I'm pretty sure if you get hit by because I've gotten hit before, and I don't drop my items. It's only lightning. I drop my items. Unless I just never gotten hit properly. I don't know. Additionally, the bubble bomb you carry can be triggered by items on the track and other racers that spins around you. We recommend you get rid of it ASAP, especially if you're in the middle of the pack. You know, that's true. I would as well. If I was in the middle of the pack, I would mash them. But let's see. Mushroom. A mushroom provides a powerful, lengthy speed boost when you press the item. You're going through the fast mushroom terrain. Rough terrain does not slow you down. In the peak of the boost, you can also shove aside any racer, regardless of the weight class compared to yours. Some of the best shortcuts in the game require you to use a mushroom. Okay. Mushrooms are also one of the ways you can escape a spiny shell. Oh, so they tell you about it here. Drawing upon reserves of mana, luck, and perfect timing. What a description for dodging a blue shell. If you fire off mushroom just as the spiny shell is about to land on it, you can escape it. Just barely out of its shell's destination. That's hilarious. They tell you the description to dodge it is reserves of mana, luck, and perfect timing. What kind of description is that, man? I mean, I'm glad that they tell you what to do it, but like, they also don't show a picture when you can do it. I do have a tutorial on it. You can watch that there. Okay, triple mushroom. Instead of one mushroom, you get 3. Effects are same that each mushroom use if you use them to catch up the rival. It's best to not fire them rapidly. Yeah, this is a key thing. People just mash these not knowing that if you space them out, it's better. And instead, let the boost from one start to subside before triggering the next. Very good, very, very good tip here. Honestly, very underrated tip right there. The triple mushroom is notable to being one of the item you get in the time trials. Oh yeah. You get the triple. I forget you get it. Yeah, you get the triple mushroom. In this game mode, you must use the triple mushroom wisely if you want to break records. Okay, they don't tell you about it falling away from lightning, so that's interesting. Okay, now golden mushroom. Golden mushroom is a rare item that you'll likely see in situations where you're near the back of the pack. Like its standard cousins, the golden mushrooms boost forward at a high rate speed. However, until the item finally fades away on its own. You can boost as many times as you want. Just make sure you don't fly into a bottomless pit or to crash into any items while boosting. I mean, that's valid. I crash into stuff. That's fine. Okay, coins. The coin item allows you to add 2 additional coins to your total. There are no defensive or offensive properties to this item whatsoever, but it can be useful if you're struggling to keep the coins you're collecting off the track during an intense race. Okay, they don't tell you if you're holding a coin, you get a defensive item as your second item. That'd probably be very helpful if they mentioned that, but they didn't. Okay, bullet bill. If you're far enough ahead, there's a chance that you'll. Yeah, sorry. If you're far enough behind, there's a chance you'll get a bullet bill item that temporarily morphs you into your racer, and you guessed it, a bullet bill, and launch you down the track at high rate of speed. You don't even have to worry about churning. This power up will handle it for you. Any rivals unfortunate enough to be in your way will be ran beside effortlessly. Okay, that's a pretty simple description. Nothing really big about that. They could have given you more tips on the coins than the bullet bill, which I have that in my item guide. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll link my item guide video below this one. Okay, blooper. Using a blooper will send one of these squids to every other racer on the track. After a short delay, the blooper will spray ink all over the racers, obscuring their vision. This sudden loss of sight can cause some very unfortunate accidents. With racers running into threats they normally avoid with ease. The ink fades on its own, but if you use a mushroom or any dash panel or drive into a body of water, the ink will be stripped away. You can see again. Okay, so they don't tell you about the ink affects your drifting as well. So keep in mind, if you are blooper, your drifting is different. So if you're used to a certain line, you're just gonna mess up. So that's important. But at least they tell you how to get rid of it. With the dash panel, which I realize that's what it's called, dash panel, the speed boost panel, dash panel, or water or mushroom. All right, boomerang flower. The boomerang flower grants you a powerful ranged weapon that you can throw forward or backwards like a shell. The big difference is that the boomerang will return to you twice, assuming it doesn't hit anything and destroys it before it comes back. That's key. It can be destroyed by a super horn, or piranha plant, or a bullet bill. Those are the 3 things that can destroy it, or another boomerang. Those are the 4 things that can destroy it. It doesn't get You can hit enemies with the boomerang twice in one toss, once away, and second time and back. Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. They don't mention about planting the boomerang. Yeah, they don't as well. Yeah, they didn't. I think they might mention it here. Okay, next on is Fire Flower. The Fire Flower grants you the temporary ability to throw fireballs at your enemies. You can fire them forward or backward. They move fast enough that you don't have to lead a target too much to hit them. Okay. Better yet, you can bank shot fireballs off the walls and other obstacles to hit other rivals. Unfortunately, the fireballs do have limited range compared to any shell and will fizzle out in a few seconds. Okay. That's valid. That's valid. Okay, Piranha Plant. Acting both as a speed increase and a weapon, the potted piranha plant bites at any items and racers in its path, even chomping down on coins to add them to your total, which is cool, but also kind of frustrating because I'd rather hit another item. But yeah, it does bite on coins. With every bite, you get a small speed boost. The plant will attack anything in its reach without you prompting it, but you can also hold down your item button to make the plant bite constantly for steadier boosted speed. I mentioned that in my item guide. That's something that they don't tell you anywhere else. Yeah, just hold L and you go faster with the piranha plant. If you want to get rid of it as fast as possible, just hold the item button down. All right, so then Super Horn. The rare Super Horn is one of the few items in the game that you can outright stop a spiny shell from striking a race ruining blow. Only capable of one blast, the Super Horn emits a very short-range shockwave all around you, blasting away any items that might be close to you, including the relentless spiny shells. Racers caught in range will also spin out. If you manage to get yourself a Super Horn and are in the lead, hold on to that horn as long as you can. There's always a spiny shell with your name on it. They really said, yo, there's always a blue shell coming at you. Good luck. Yeah, they don't mention the blooper for the piranha plant, which was kind of unfortunate. All right, and Superstar. Superstar tend to be granted to the players near the back of the pack. Using one gives you a short window, greatly increased speed, and total invincibility to anything on the track. Anyone who touches you will spin out and lose coins, and thanks to your increased speed, going off-road will always slow you down. Okay. You didn't know it's called Superstar? Yeah, it's called Superstar. And this is a boomerang flower. And this is a fire flower. And this is a super horn. And then this is a bomb. Yeah, it's called a Superstar. You didn't know it's called Superstar? Alright. And this is not called Shock, it's called Lightning, okay? Alright, next up. This is the last few items, and we go. Then they have tracks, which is I'm kind of excited for. Lightning. This portable lightning bolt strikes every other racer on the course with a shrinking blast of electricity. The effects of being shrunk eventually wear off, but the user of this item can gain a few spots easily. Note that the higher in the ranks a racer is, the longer the lightning will last. Okay. And then they do have a subnote saying that if you've been struck by lightning, don't get run over by any other races, as recovering from getting flattened takes time and costs you loss of speed, might even cost you the race. And they don't mention that you lose items like the mushroom here, and it's good for you to kind of go for them, which is probably should have there. And then the spiny shell, which is the blue shell. Spiny shell were responsible for for sundered friendships and broken dreams of first place. Bro, what a description. The spiny shell has returned to once again be the bane of the front runner. Once fired, a spiny shell strikes along the ground, batting aside anyone or anything unlucky enough to be in its way, and it seeks out the first place racer. I hate how it does that, but it's so annoying when you're in the middle and you get hit by that. When it gets close to its target, it pops up into the air before diving down to unleash an enormous blue explosion that tosses the intended victim in the air and spins out anyone unfortunate enough to get caught in the blast. Yeah, it doesn't get up in the air until after it passes second place and it's a little bit closer. It doesn't go up in the air after second. It goes like it's like a distance. A spiny shell can be as problematic as it can be beaten. A well-timed mushroom can send you out of the harm's way as the shell begins its terminal drive. A superstar shrugs off the blue menace. The super horn can shatter the spiny shell if it's enraged. However, if you don't not have any items, your only other option is to fall back in second place. They tell you to slow down. No, it's so toxic. Oh man, if you do it early enough, the spiny shell will aim for the first place, ignore you. Bro, no wonder anybody slows down. They got this guide. But they don't mention is that you can also get rid of the spiny shell or blue shell with if you're in a boo, if you're in a bullet bill, or if you get hit in hazard, or if you get hit in air, the spin is less. So I don't tell you that stuff, which is so funny. They literally Nintendo's guide literally encourages you to slow down. I had it right. I told you, lad. People, man, they slow down for that stuff. All right, the last two items. Feather. The one item in this game, I mentioned this in my item video, that they don't have in normal racing, which I think would make the game so much better, is the feather. Is only in battle mode, which is so dumb. It should be in racing mode. It'd be so fun if it was in racing mode, because you could do so many cool shortcuts with the feather. You can dodge green shells, fire. You could dodge actually a super horn's blast radius. There's so many cool stuff that a feather in racing would be really fun. But yeah, whatever. They say new to Mario Kart Deluxe, the feather makes its return for the first time since SNES. Available only in the revamped battle mode. Using the feather results in spinning a super jump and it can avoid other cars, items on the ground, pop balloons above, whatever. It's such a. I remember the feather in SNES in the first Mario Kart. So like, the fact that you can't use it while racing is so frustrating. It would have been so fun, and maybe they patch it in. Okay, Boo. Also new Mario Kart Deluxe. When deployed, Boo will steal a random opponent's item, placing it in your possession. Spooky. I like the little spooky. That's cute. And they don't tell you that if you're in first place, you use a Boo, you get a mushroom. So you always get a mushroom. All right, the tracks. So I think the rest of the guide is just all the tracks that were released outright in the game, right? So they give you. I'm just gonna skim through this real quick. I'm not gonna. I'll go back. I just want they tell you about Mushroom Cup. Oh my God, they give you all this diagram too. Oh, that's it. Oh, they just tell you the basic. What? They just tell me. Oh, they only tell you 4 tracks. One. Don't tell you 4 tracks? You don't tell you about 4? Just Mushroom Cup? What kind of guide is this? Oh my God. Alright, fine. Alright, fine. It's just Mushroom Cup, so let's look at the tracks. Yeah. I'll put this, yeah, you can Google this. I also got this on I use my Nintendo Platinum points for this. Okay, so they give you a, hey, Bert, thanks for the pride for 2 months, man. Appreciate it. Brian, I use my platinum points, so I'll let you guys. I'll link. I don't think I can link it, but I'm sure you can find this online. Anyways, so they give you a whole course layout. Mushroom Cup, Mario Kart Stadium. The starting course, your Mario Kart Deluxe career. The Mario Kart Stadium features a long stretches of track, and easy drift. Blah blah blah. Okay, all right. So what they say? They caution. They tell you about pipes and grassy corners. They talk about how grass slows you down. They talk about the second turns and stuff. It's pretty good. They talk about this cut with the mushroom. If you have mind the pipes, okay, mushroom. Yeah, they talk about mushroom cut. Ooh, this is really nice here. Oh, I like this a lot. This is cool. I like this. So this is awesome because they show you the start. They also notate where you can do the, I guess, a shortcut here, mushroom cut. But one thing is this is great here is the boxes. So they note that there's coins here. They note that there's coins here. There's note that there's item boxes. Oh shit, hold on. Yeah, so this way. Yeah, sorry. This is the start. They note that there's coins here, and then there's 6 boxes, and then they note that there's this is the cut. There's coins and dash panels up here. This is pretty cool. And then 3 is this. This is the, I guess, the anti-gravity panel. And then there's boxes here. I like this. This is nice that they have this layout. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, is that like I'm not gonna read everything here because you can learn all this in a time trial. But this is actually nice. I like this. That's kind of nice. Wait, and they have it twice. Why did they have it twice? Oh. What the heck? Oh, they tell you the ghosts. Okay. This is Grand Prix mode and time trial mode. Ah, they're just telling you the modes. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. They're just giving time trials hints as well. That's cool. And then they have this is water park. They say they talk about the spin belt found in the sub coasters. Control the portions boost the speed of cost of control. Water hazard control the core takes about underwater, which is simply change how your vehicle drives. Okay, that's right. Then they talk about the anti-gravity boost. And then they have the nice map here. Oh god, this is so great. I like this. I love this map, man. I wish every course had something like this. This is really cool. This is the start. They show you the coins, the boxes here, the churn for the right, and then the ramp, And then there's a boost panel, and then you go anti-gravity through this area here, and then there's this area here. It's a very simple course, but it's kind of nice that they have that. They talk about a sub coaster here. Anything noteworthy? Marine track ends dips in an S curve, and they talk about that. The home stretch launch ramp will be lighter underneath the Ferris wheel finish lap, but take care to avoid ticket booth just beyond possible. Yeah, it's just whatever there. All right, cool. Normal tips here. Nothing huge, and they have the excuse me, time trial mode hitting as well. All right, and then they talk about Sweet Sweet Canyon. Okay, hold on. Before I read this, I wanted to know, because we always discuss, we didn't know what this yellow is. Is this lemonade? Is this pee-pee? Or is it Gatorade? So let's see what they say. Okay? Step up to challenge even over water part. The canyon is a sugary high-speed course featuring a massive jump that connects both halves. Numerous sharp hairpin turns await the ladder. Sweet Canyon. You teach you the importance of proper drifting. Use the mini turbos and score finish place. Okay. Caution, road cause assistance. Did they talk about the yellow? Do we know what it is? Is it lemonade? I'm gonna say it's lemonade. Or it can't be Gatorade because that'd be a sponsor. It can't be PP. But why is this yellow? So I don't know. Why would you have lemonade with sugary snacks though? I don't understand that. Or it could be corn syrup, I guess, right? They call it the long jump, which is the cannon glider. They call it long jump. Oh, interesting. Then they watch out for the walls. The frosting is off road. Yeah, the problem is gonna bite you. Yeah, that's a good thing to know. And then they have this here. They don't talk about the yellow. Okay, that's cool. It's too yellow to be pissed. Could be like lemon soda. What magazine is this? This is on my Nintendo. It's called the Prima Starter Guide. It's called the Starter Guide for Mario Kart Deluxe. I'll link it in this here. Here it is. It's the official guide for Mario Kart Deluxe Prima Games. Mario Kart. You can buy. You get it. You can Google it. I got it for free for my platinum points on the Nintendo. So I just used it for this video just for fun. I was just curious. I like this a lot. I like how they show you the different paths, the coins, the start finish, going into a cannon glider and all that stuff. I wish I had the arrow though, but you know, I mean, this is nice here. And they talk about the cut. Yeah, this is the most important shortcut. That is true. It's a very important shortcut if you have that. But cool. There's a full one that has base game. Okay, cool. That makes sense. I didn't realize there's a full one. This is nice just to see this. And then the last course they have here for that's free in this guide is the Thwomp Ruins. Big, blocky, and more happy to crush you and otherwise impede your progress. Thwomps are scattered throughout the amply named ruins. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The rollers don't make an appearance until lap 2. And a very specific stretch of the course, it's possible to outrun them or drive around them necessary. Rollers can help open a path that can also be parts of the track more direct route. So they're not all bad news. Yeah, that makes sense. And then they talk about this shortcut here, which you can do without a mushroom. Be careful of bananas that computer drivers might try to use to block the approaching ramp. Oh man, it's pretty cool. All right, wait, they didn't have a little fun map for Thwomp Ruins. Oh well, that's it there, I guess. All right. Yeah, so this is why it's called a starter guide. Yeah, I guess if you want the full guide of this, you go to this website here. I'll put it in the YouTube video below if you're watching on YouTube. But yeah, and also if you want to get this starter guide, I guess you can Google it, or you can spend 75 platinum points, which I did, and was able to see this thing. Pretty good, not bad. All right, YouTube, bye. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. All right, bye.